All right, guys. So the big moment is here. Tai Tuivasa set to make his debut this weekend at UFC Sydney. Since you beat James McSweeney last year, it's been a very big question. When is Tai finally coming to the UFC? When is he finally going to make his debut? And now here it is. You're in fight week. How's the week been treating you, and have you enjoyed this experience that you've probably dreamed about for a long time?
Yeah, week's been good. Weight's been on track, so it's probably been easily one of the best weight cuts that I've done. I feel good. I'm healthy, no injuries, so I'm pumped. Can't wait for it.
I guess one of the things about the layoff was you did have that knee surgery and you were laid out. How difficult was it to kind of sit back and go through that process of recovering, not really being able to move, but knowing that UFC debut sort of around the corner?
It was shit. Yeah, it was shit.
What did you do to pass the time?
Eat, Netflix. I got sick of Netflix.
You watched everything, yeah?
Oh, most of it.
All the documentaries.
Yeah, all the YouTube, bro. That's the one.
What was your favorite thing to watch? Anything that stands out from Netflix?
I like Ross Kemp. You know Ross Kemp?
Kept on gangs.
Yeah, I love him, bro. He's mad.
What do you like about it? You like the gangs and stuff?
Yeah, I like all that. I like real stuff. I like watching, about real. I like watching about countries and like all the struggling countries and shit like that.
Can you relate to any of that? Like when you see him go into these gangs, or is it more that you like to watch it because it's so far from you?
Of course, you can relate to it as well, but Australia, we're such a good country compared to other countries. Like my wrestling coach, he's here at the moment, and he's from America, and we've been to the doctors like 20 times since he's been here to do all the tests and stuff. He's like, I can't believe you can just go to the doctors. I'm like, bro, it's the best country in the world.
Another thing, obviously, on this card was your teammate Mark Hunt was supposed to fight in the main event. How disappointing was it when you found out that he wasn't going to be in the main event any longer? And did it affect your preparations at all?
Yeah, I was gutted. Not only just be with my mentor. It was a dream to fight alongside him, be in the dressing rooms together, and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a bit of a hiccup in the road. We were meant to go to do our camp together, and we got our own little juggernaut crew. There's a few fighters from kickboxers in Glory, Junior Tougher, and stuff like that. And yeah, I had to rearrange a whole camp, and I did it back home in Western Sydney. So it's actually turned out well. I'm back with my original coaches, Tama Tahuna and Stevie Ashby. So I feel this is probably one of the best I've felt. So I'm really ready to go.
Do you think you'll try and do your next camp potentially with Mark Hunt again and try and set that up, or because it's gone so well, you might just continue this formula for success?
Oh, of course, we've done. I think I've done the last 5-6 camps together, so that's fine. We're always gonna try and do it together. We're a crew, so we always gotta stick together. But we just bring our own little coaches with us and do our own little thing. But we'll always do it together as much as we can. That's for sure.
Talk to us about Mark Hunt, I guess your relationship with him, because your name is often, I guess, synonymous with Mark Hunt. A lot of people think, Tai Tuivasa, they think of Mark Hunt as well. What's that relationship been like? You mentioned that he's a mentor. How important has he been in your career?
Massive. I've listened not only has he given me an opportunity to train with the best, he's given me advice, helped me, watch out for people, someone that, and that's the thing, I only say mentor and stuff around, which that's the word for it, but to us we're just brothers, and we just look out for each other, so it's good.
One of the backstories people may not know about you overseas is that you played for the Sydney Roosters and you made this transition over into boxing and then mixed martial arts. You spoke a little bit about in interviews how the MMA first,
yeah,
and then boxing. Talk a little bit about what drew you from making the switch from that sport to this sport, and also I suppose the difference in culture, because we all know here in Australia the footy culture can be a little bit toxic at times.
It's up to the individual. People footy players like to throw everyone under the bus, I suppose, but they got to blame themselves before we blame anyone else, But I've always loved the blue, so instead of getting in trouble on the street or getting sent off the field, I just thought, may as well fight some people who have an idea how to fight as well, so it's all good.
Because you're a very talented football player as well. Was that tough to make that decision to switch over because you were giving up a very promising career in football to go over to mixed martial arts? What sort of gave you the confidence to know that you'd be at this level and be so successful?
I've always trained fighting. My dad was a fighter, but he never wanted us to. He never wanted any of us to fight. He said it's a lonely sport, and you don't realise it until you get beat in a ring and you realise this is it's pretty lonely in here. But it's what I wanted to do, and I know if I want to do something and I put my head to it, I can do it.
And have you spoken to your dad about that now? What's his thoughts on it now that you're very successful and obviously making this UFC debut?
Yeah, he's all for it.
He's all for it now.
Yeah. He knew my abilities were good enough. It was just actually doing it and training hard, and that didn't really happen till a couple of years ago when I turned the switch on and said, yeah, I really want to do this. So yeah, now I'm here.
Finally, and you're obviously going to be making your debut this weekend. Talk to us about your opponent, Rashad Coulter. What do you think about him as a, matchup?
I think it's a great matchup for each other. He's a banger as what I've heard, and he's a really good guy. Seen him a couple of times, and
You guys were getting along up there in the stare downs, shaking hands.
yeah. We're gonna get in the ring and fight anyway at the end of the day, so I'm not really hostile towards opponents. Sometimes you get opponents that are like dickheads.
Have you had that in the past?
Not really.
You've been lucky. No dickheads in your past.
James McSweeney was probably the only dickhead.
Really? Why is that?
I tried to be a mad. I can't swear.
You can swear. You can say whatever you want.
Try to be a mad cunt on what's it called on social media. That's what it's called. And I hate people like that. So I just you got a hiding. Oh, actually,
And then you retired him. You retired.
I didn't even give him a hiding. He gave himself up the egg. But yeah.
The other thing about you is you and Tyson Pedro obviously started a podcast, the Half Cast
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
How are you enjoying that journey? I mean, me and Casper, we were doing it for a few years. It
Yeah.
can be a bit tricky. It can be a bit tough to just sit there and talk and have to come up with stuff to talk about.
For me, it is. Tyson, he's really good. He's the brains behind it all. But
Anything big coming up that we can look out for?
I'm actually having some fun with it. I think it'll be. I'm actually surprised how many people are like, oh, we watched the podcast. Like, people really do watch it, I'm not really a TV kind of person. I don't really, but yeah, Tyson, he's the brains behind it all, and I'm actually enjoying it, so it should be all right.
And is that the goal, to get on the Perth card with him in February?
Yeah, for sure.
Would that be a dream come true?
For sure, of course, of course. Fight alongside. See, I think obviously since I've been injured, our last 4 fights leading towards to the UFC, we fought. That's what we did. I'm with his sister. I got a kid to his sister, so that's my brother-in-law. We fought together on the shows and leading into the UFC. So yeah.
What a journey.
Of course, yeah, it's been fun.
As we wrap up, I mean, everybody's excited to see your debut in Sydney. Can you give us a little bit of a prediction? I know you're not much of a trash talker, but how do you feel sort of this playing out?
I want to keep it Bam Bam style. Get in there and get it done, and then start partying.
We see you got the family. Are these your kids over here? They got Are they fans? They
Having kids at like 10 or something, but
they got custom Bam Bam t-shirts.
I do have no. There's my little brothers. They're my dad's little bodyguards. Yeah.
Well, we'll let you go and we'll see you this weekend, hopefully with your hand raised. Tai, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, brother. Thank you.